I'm stunned by this news from the Daily Beast that Prince William dodges New York showdown and that he won't attend this year's Earthshot summit, forestalling the possibility of an awkward geographical zone share with his estranged brother. Isn't that interesting? Because just 2 days ago, you had this article by Newsweek saying that, in effect, that um, Harry could steal William's thunder. So it says here Prince William's Earthshot Prize Summit faces being overshadowed by Harry because, Harry has announced his multi day working visit at the same time. Hmm. And, which, he will participate. This is Harry. He will participate in engagements with African parks, the Halo Trust. I didn't know about that one. The Diana Award and Travelist. In addition, he will be furthering the work of the Archwell Foundation, the nonprofit organization he started with Meghan. So, wow, wow, William ran. Like literally, William ran away. Because if you remember last year, how they, let me see here. Last year, they said that, um, this one. Last year, they said Prince William's new partnership is a win in Harry and Meghan rivalry. This was in Newsweek last year when William came for this big visit by Jack Royston, who calls himself a chief royal correspondent. I don't know if he's part of the carnival of so-called experts or if he's a real expert, but and he wrote up this whole thing where he said that um, Harry and Meghan's celebrity friends were all sort of joining William's camp. For example, he mentioned Jose Andres, who is the founder of World Central Kitchen, and he said that this guy was a major partner for Harry and Meghan's Archwell Foundation. They teamed up to do all these meals, but then it turns out that Prince William courted Andres and got Andres as one of the high profile guests at the Earthshot Prize Summit last year, right? And, so they did this whole thing about how William sort of was, had won points by doing that, in that he had courted away not only um, the chef Andres, but also Jacinda Ardern, who was in that documentary that Harry and Meghan did about leadership. And then as soon as that came out, she distanced herself from Harry and Meghan, and she publicly distanced herself. Right? Was she the president of New Zealand or some craziness like this? And then she quit because she couldn't do it. She couldn't deal. And then she was courted by William and became a trustee of the Earthshot Prize, Williams Earthshot Prize, right? All of this is happening last year, right? While he brings the Earthshot Prize to New York. And then it says here Caroline Kennedy, daughter of John F. Kennedy and the current U.S. ambassador to Australia, will also be there at the Earthshot Prize after Harry and Meghan were previously recipients of an award from the Robert F. Oh, I didn't know Caroline Kennedy did that. Oh, thanks for letting me know. And then this guy Royston goes on to say that, how did he end this report? He said, he goes on and on and on. And then he said that, He says here, um, however, the picture Harry painted of William's attitude to their working lives suggests a charged atmosphere around any overlap in areas of focus. So basically, he's saying that Harry did not appreciate all of his people being stolen by William, pretty much. And, you know, the thing is, oh, so here's where he ended it. He says, William's New York visit takes him onto Harry and Meghan's stomping ground, both in the sense that they are US based and also because they have visited New York more than any other part of America. So even I said that in the video before this 2 videos ago that, why is William coming across the pond to taunt Harry in this way? This is a taunt, right? And so Jack Royston said at the end of his article, however, William, also appears to have forged bonds with several key figures in Harry and Meghan's line of sight as he builds the standing of Earthshot in America. Right. I mean, this is a taunt. This was not done by accident. He did not choose New York by accident. Of all the major cities in the world, whether it's London itself, whether it's some other city in London, Cambridge, or some other city in London, so many cities in London, Scotland, Wales, they can go. He could go to Paris where, climate is a huge deal in Paris. He could go to Rome, he could go to Berlin, he can go to Barcelona, he can go outside to Asia, Beijing or Tokyo. He can go to so many countries in Africa, so many cities in Africa, if he doesn't want to do London, which to me London makes more sense. I mean, he's right there. He brings it into New York because he's taunting Harry. And he's not just taunting Harry with the venue, he's also taunting Harry with stealing away all of the people that Harry has been trying to build relationships with to forge his own bonds and create a path for himself and develop his career and his portfolio and so on and so forth. Everyone that Harry partners with, William goes behind and takes these people away and brings them into Earthshot Prize. And even after doing all of that, this even wants the American people themselves. It says here, if polling of America for Newsweek is anything to go by, though, William may well be winning the hearts and minds of the US public. So this is what they are trying to do. William, with the help of the press and with the help of his henchmen in Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace, is he's trying to steal Harry's thunder on Harry's turf. It's a turf war. It's a turf war. I'm not wrong about it. Now, why would William have backed off in this way? I mean, he seems to have ran. He scurried as soon as Harry announced that he too will be in New York. Look at Harry's face. I mean, William just stuck his tail between his legs and ran like a raccoon. Why? Well, my hunch is that the thing in New York last year, with all of the star power, with all of the stealing of Harry's people away from him to join Earthshot, none of it helped Earthshot. But not only did it not help Earthshot, William's visit to the city last year, to New York last year, I think that went down, you know, like, I don't know, like a fizzed bottle of soda. I mean, there was just nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at one point, he was in Central Park and there was nobody. Like, nobody came to see him. And they tried to play it off like, oh, William is so fortunate that nobody wanted to see him and people allowed him to just be in the city in peace, vis-a-vis Harry and Meghan, who were run over literally by paparazzi and had to get special security measures put in place in the aftermath. So William's camp tried to play it off like, oh, William is so civilized that people just don't even bother with him and they let him walk in the park all alone without, there's nobody to cheer and say, oh my God, the king is here, compared to Harry, who is on so uncivilized with his uncivilized wife that they can't even go to New York without being run over by the paparazzi, right? New York did not go well for William last year. And I don't think that all of these people that he brought on to the Earthshot Prize, including those he appears to have pilfered from Harry, right, have helped the Earthshot Prize. I don't think they've helped the Earthshot Prize. The Earthshot Prize is still a dud. People still don't know what's going on. Okay, you have Michael Bloomberg, this billionaire in New York, funding the whole thing, and he's paying all this money. So, I mean, it's clever. I like the way that the Windsors and the British monarchy and the British royal family, they hold on to their money. They don't spend their money. They spend other people's money. So he has an Earthshot Prize, which is being funded by a New York billionaire, the former New York mayor, Michael Bloomberg, right? But even with all of that, people still don't care about the Earthshot Prize. People are still not clear about what the Earthshot Prize does. But all that being said, though, um, the fact that William just ran in this way away from Harry is pretty freaking embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. He ran. He dodged. He's dodging it. He doesn't want to be booed. Because he's booed in England, right? He's booed in England routinely, and he's now afraid that if he goes against Harry in New York in September, after such a successful trip in Colombia and everything, Harry is going to get all the crowds, all the paparazzi, all the press, all the cheers, all the wonderful signs of welcome. And he's afraid that he'll be all alone without his wife, who's battling cancer, quote unquote. He's going to be booed, right? By the three people who even bothered to show up are going to be carrying signs telling him to go back to London. So he's terrified of this. And on top of that, the Earthshot Prize itself, I mean, who cares? Right? I mean, I hate to say it, I feel mean, but I mean, who cares? But that all said, though, the fact that this guy, William, is the key figure with I can't even find my words. He's the key person for the Earthshot Prize. I mean, he is the Earthshot Prize. And there is a summit in New York. And notwithstanding the fact that he is obviously afraid of a turf war and losing a turf war, what is this pop up? Would you please get out of my sight? Why? Okay. He's afraid of a turf war with his brother. And I understand that. And he's afraid of coming off looking stupid and being embarrassed. And I understand that. But at the same time, the Earthshot Prize is his baby, right? And there's an important summit in New York where you're going to be following up with the recipients of the prize. You've given them $1 million. And you're telling me that he can't fly across to meet with these people because his wife is battling cancer when she was well enough to go to Wimbledon and trooping the color, and he's been going to pubs and drinking and going to football games and doing this and doing that, despite the fact that she's quote unquote cough cough battling cancer. that he's going to literally just ignore his duties and his due diligence with the Earthshot Prize, where millions of dollars of other people's money are being passed for this prize. And where is Jacinda, by the way? And where is Andres? And where is this woman, Kennedy, Caroline Kennedy, and all the other heavy hitters? Are they still with the prize in 2024? We know they were there in 2020. What a mess. What a mess. Wow. Harry won the standoff without even saying a word. He just announced that he was going to be in New York as well, and William literally went running for his life. You guys, what are your thoughts about that? See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.